going out, that sometimes our focus, our time is being used only on that, and we forget that our attitude, our mindset should be different, that we are the different people, that we need to act as a different people. It doesn't matter that we believe and we think only. If we don't act and we don't live our lives in that way, both things needs to be together. You know, it's just a matter to believe, and that's the amazing compassion, Chesed in Hebrew, of Yahuwah. That's the amazing Chesed and compassion of our Elohim. That the only fact that you are having those thoughts, that recognizing and understanding that maybe your focus is in the wrong place, it's because it's the Ruach of Elohim telling you, telling me, telling us, guiding us because of the love of Elohim, that we need to direct our focus once again in the path, in the kingdom, in our world, in the north, in the right north. So in this story, we see that attitude, you know, we see the wrong attitude and the attitude that is the right one, the one that Yahuwah is expecting from you, from me, from us. So it says in the book of Luke, as you can see in the screen, in the chapter 10, let's go to the verse 38 and 42. It says, and it came to be as they went that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Miriam, who also sat at the feet of Yahushua and heard his word. You remember, this is exactly what is being written in the verse of the portion that we are studying today. But Martha was distracted with much serving, and coming up she said, Master, are you not concerned that my sister has left me to serve alone? Speak to her then, to help me. And Yahushua, like always, with his amazing wisdom, he gave the proper and the right answer to Martha. And it's the same answer that we need to remember every day, you and me, because that's the answer. Every time that those thoughts are coming, the Ruach remembering us, convicting us, is coming with the same answer that Yahushua said. Remember that Yahushua said that the Ruach won't speak by himself. He will speak the words that he is going to listen. And the words are the words of Yahushua HaMashiach. So he gave this amazing answer saying, and Yahushua answering said to her, Martha, Martha, you are worried and troubled about many matters, but one only is necessary, and Miriam has chosen the good portion, which shall not be taken away from her. The good portion is to hear the words of Yahuwah. The good portion is to be at his feet. The good portion is to remember that though we are in the world, we are not of the world. Remembering that even though that we need to participate in the system of the world somehow, though I do believe in one moment or the other we will need to disconnect ourselves from the system of the world as much as possible. And I think we should be in that process nowadays as much as we can. So no matter that we need to participate in that system, we don't belong to that system. Our focus, our heart needs to be toward Yahuwah Elohim and to listening to his words. I told you last week, I think it was, that I do believe we are going through a period of time where the spiritual warfare that we are facing is becoming stronger. And in the way that we are perceiving and feeling that spiritual battle is that we are feeling ourselves not that close as we used to feel before. That we feel ourselves disconnected from the presence of Elohim. That we feel ourselves sometimes far away from Him. That we feel ourselves distracted from His word and from His truth. That we feel ourselves not with the same attitude like Miriam, with the desire in the heart to get into His feet and to listen to His words. I'm telling you this because I myself has been experiencing this for a while already. That's coming time to time. It's being part of the discussion here at home. It's not only me. Lillian also has been going through a similar situation. And I have heard from some of you that also have been going through similar situations. What we need to understand the most is that I don't believe it's part of what needs to happen. It's part of the sifting. It's part of preparation of our heart for what's coming. So, and what we need to acknowledge that this is a part of the spiritual battle that is happening in these days. And we need to know and recognize that the battleground of the spiritual battle is in our minds, in our hearts. We see results of the spiritual battle in the physical world. We see it with our eyes. That's why we see these things happening and these two groups of people facing each other in the world today. Excuse me. But that's a result of the spiritual battle happening. The spiritual battle happening internally in each person in this world. So that's why we need to feel ourselves so blessed and grateful that Yahuwah, through His Ruach, is knocking the door all the time, making us to remember that we belong to Him, that we were bought by the offering of Yahushua HaMashiach, that we are not a slave of the sin, and we are not a slave of the world or the system of the world, that we have been set free by the offering of Yahushua HaMashiach. Some people in the world doesn't have that opportunity. People are blind and they don't have that knocking in the door. Understanding and having the ability through the Ruach of Elohim to discern between good and evil. And we are able, because of the grace and the favor of Yahuwah, that He has been instructing us through years, and He has been giving us the Ruach, His Ruach, in order to be able to discern what is good and evil, not externally, mainly internally. And by that to make a decision like Martha, to get worried and trouble of the things of the world, or to focus ourselves, or to refocus ourselves in the good portion, in the portion of the kingdom of Elohim. So, by recognizing that this spiritual battle is happening within us, is the moment, is that we need to have a stronger attitude. Is the moment that we need to do an extra effort You remember I was speaking about this in the past when I was talking about the offerings, the offering of the wood. It was the responsibility of the priests, the Kohanim, the priests in the temple, to keep that fire burning. You remember we were talking about that few weeks ago. It was the responsibility of the priest to keep the fire up in order to bring the offerings to Yahuwah. We are Kohanim as well. We are priests. It's our own responsibility. And now we need more wood. We need to put extra effort. We need to fight that battle. We need to fight it with the weapons that we have in our hands by the Ruach of Elohim. To pray about it, is to fast about it, is to ask Abba to give us the right attitude, to give us the attitude of Miriam in order to sit down at his feet, to listen to his words once again. That's the way we need to fight this battle in this day. Put in extra effort in order to get closer to him. And I said this a minute ago. Restoration is coming after destruction. Destruction is coming through several tests. It's not coming everything at once, and we have multiple examples in the scripture about this. It's coming little by little with warnings, with tests to see how the people react. And later, because of disobedience, destruction is coming at once. If we're going through this test in this spiritual battle, is Yahuwah the one knocking the door through his Ruach once again in order to have the opportunity once again to have the right attitude and to make the right decisions and to get closer to him. He's preparing us. I have no doubt. He is preparing us in order to something very important that is coming on the way. We need to be those witnesses. And in order to be a true witness, we need to be prepared in our heart with the right attitude.
Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the very forces